Good morning, folks, and happy Saturday. Today is going to be day 56 working down here at the ranch. Got a beautiful morning. Sun is shining, birds are chirping, and it's going to be a productive day today. It's been a week since I've been able to get out here between work and the weather, so I'm hoping to get a good day's worth of work in here, and I may as well just say it now. I probably will not be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna get done what I can get done, and then we're gonna push on into Christmas next week, and then get through the new year and start seeing what we can get done after the new year. But if all goes well, I'll be back out here next weekend, but I think today's gonna be the only day I'm gonna get down here this week. So I'm gonna keep it real simple today. I am going to run the brush hog through this area from the edge of my property line. We got her cleaned up to about here last week, so I am going to do my best to get as much of that cleared out as I can. That way the brush hogging part of it is done. I feel like I could spend about a half a day coming in here and cleaning up all these dead trees, these dead branches laying all over the place. But probably what I'll do is just see which ones I don't get rid of when I'm using the brush hog, and then build up my little fire over here that I still need to get burned off at some point in time. But I got the big pile about 98% gone, so I almost didn't recognize the place when I pulled in, and that brush pile was gone. Anyway, with all that being said, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Hope everybody had a great week. We're getting ready to move right into the Christmas season, folks. Pretty excited about Santa Claus coming to town. I don't know about you. Day 56. Let's get it. All right, folks, well, got quite a bit of this cleaned up so far. I would say over halfway done at this point. There are a ton of broken branches and dead trees laying around in here, probably more than any other area. Got at least two of these big holes that I stepped in and almost broke my ankle, so I really don't want to be doing that. This over here is kind of the end of it's getting towards the end of my property line. As you can see, there's a big tree rooting system here that's fallen over or been knocked over, and a couple big pine trees in here. So probably what I'll end up doing at some point, probably once I get in here and start cleaning up around the bigger trees, is get this all kind of cut up, and then maybe have some sort of a burn pile right down here, just to kind of get all that stuff cleaned up. But pretty much everything you're seeing through there, I said it before, is vines and thorns and little trees sticking up out of the ground. So I'll probably just keep working away at this little area right here for a little bit. I've only been here about an hour, so should have plenty of time to get this cleaned up. I just spent about 20 minutes just picking up dead trees and branches and things like that to try to get them out of the way. So anyway, with all that being said, I don't know that I'm going to end up working a full day out here. Been a long couple of weeks, and it's going to be a long couple more weeks until we get to the other side of New Year's. But I'm going to try to get as much of this knocked out as I can. We'll go check the trail cameras. I believe we got some pretty good footage that last time out. That was 2 weeks worth of footage. So this is only going to be a week worth of footage, but hopefully, what I'm hoping is that buck came back to that deer feeder back there and ate some more of that corn. And then eventually I'm going to set up that deer feeder out there where we got that other buck that came up and got close and personal on the trail camera out there. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I may end up starting to clean up a little bit around a couple of these trees, because I know that's probably going to take a couple days to get all that cleaned up. We'll kind of see where we're at, but I definitely want to pull the trail cams, get this knocked out. I got to reset that one trail camera that gave us the pictures. We got a couple good pictures on it, but I'm kind of a video guy myself. I like to watch the videos, and normally when it's on picture mode you get about 45 pictures of the same thing. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm gonna take a break real quick, get back after it, and we'll see what else we can get done here today on day 56. Here we go. All right, folks, well, I'd say I've got 98% of all the brush hogging done that I can get done in that area. It's going to be probably a pretty short video today, pretty short day anyway. I feel like I want to get home, maybe try to watch a little football, which I'm going to rant about a couple things. One of them is the fact that the college football playoffs, like most of them, you got to have like some streaming app if you want to catch the good games. I was able to watch the Oklahoma and Alabama game last night. Sorry, Shane, I really thought the Sooners were gonna go ahead and put away the Crimson Tide, but that didn't happen. But it seems to me like college football should be on regular TV where everybody can watch it. I'm sure all of us have these streaming services that we pay a bunch of money for once they all add up. But that kind of is going to lead into my next little rant. I'll be careful what I say. I don't really want to upset anybody. But so, you know, look, I've been a fan of YouTube really since YouTube kind of started to become a thing. How many ever years ago that was. And you know, probably within the last 2 years I kind of got on here and started doing my own content. And like, look, I'm not by any means, I don't have any imagination that I'm going to become some YouTube superstar and be able to quit my regular job and become a full-time YouTuber. I don't feel like that's going to be the case at all. However, I think something that has been kind of bothering me, and we've talked about this a little bit, is the AI generated videos. And I think one of the problems I have with the AI generated videos, or channels, whatever you want to call it, because I've seen them start with 5 subscribers and now they're up to 200,000 subscribers, and basically all they're doing is stealing other people's material, or using, maybe not stealing, using other people's material and making their own content and changing it up just enough that it's not a kind of a copyright. And I don't know how all that works, but that just doesn't really seem fair to those folks out there that are actually putting some serious effort into doing these videos. And you know, I can really only speak for myself. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I watched some of your all's videos, and you're out there and you're working hard, and you got to go and edit these videos, and whatever it is, whether it's the algorithm or the fact that we're not trying to trying to trick people with clickbait thumbnails and such like that. But you know, I guess to me it seems like YouTube should try to fix that a little bit and try to get some of us real creators who are out there doing real stuff, you know, get us a couple more views. And you know, like I say, I'm gonna speak for myself, but just for an example, last week when I was out here, I think I worked about 5 hours, got about 5 hours worth of work done. And then I went home and I spent 6 or 7 hours editing the video and trying to get it all ready to get up onto YouTube. And basically I had, you know, I think I had about 415 views on that video. Now, I don't really know exactly how many people were, you know, the watch time duration or anything like that. But where I'm going with all that is I went over to another platform, and it was like Tuesday of last week. I went over to another platform where I have 3 subscribers, me being one of them, and then my two loyal subscribers that pretty much follow me everywhere, and they know who they are. But I uploaded a couple videos, and look, you're gonna maybe laugh, but I've made 17 cents off of a couple of the videos that I put on. Now, 17 cents, oh boy, whoop-de-doo. The reality of that situation is I've not made a dime off of anything I've done on YouTube. And you know, it is what it is, you know. I'm not a full-time YouTube guy. I can't sit around and, you know, do YouTube videos all day. I usually get the weekends and sometimes in the afternoons. But I have a real job, and I think most of the people that I associate with on YouTube have full-time jobs. None of us are full-time YouTubers. But I just kind of feel like YouTube needs to maybe start being a little bit more loyal to the people who have been with YouTube for a long time. I'm not even sure anymore what you have to have to be monetized on YouTube, but I think there for a minute it was 500 subscribers, and then they moved it to 1,000 subscribers, and then you got to have X amount of, you know, live streams and X amount of, I don't know. I only briefly went through it. I just know that other platform that I've been going to and doing a couple videos, I've made 17 cents, and I've only had probably 18 total views on my video, and I only have 3 total subscribers, 1 being myself. I guess all I'm saying is they could give us a little bit of a reward or acknowledgement that, hey, we see you're on here, we see you're trying. You may not have 100,000 subscribers, but we really appreciate you using our platform and actually putting real work in. Anyway, that's going to be the end of that rant. And I'm not trying to be negative or anything. I like YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I've got the premium YouTube where I'm paying them, you know, 25 bucks a month or whatever it is. And I guess in my opinion, like, stop pushing these AI videos that are, or I should say AI channels that are basically just taking other people's material and reposting them into Rant. And I apologize. I'm going to take a break for a minute here. We're going to go out here and we're going to collect these trail cams. Then I'm probably going to skirt out of here a little bit early, go watch some football, try to relax for the rest of the day. I might end up coming down tomorrow, but I kind of doubt it. So here we go. All right, Maverick, let's go check these trail cams. I'll tell you what, it is nice and quiet out here today. This might be the quietest it's ever been out here. Barely any cars going by. Haven't heard the neighbors shooting guns or dogs going ballistic. Looks like we got us a branch that fell down here. So yeah, we've had quite a bit of activity on this one. They kind of moved through this trail pretty good. So let's see what we got. All right, well, since I said something good about this camera, we probably got skunked, but hopefully not. All right, one more last little piece of business, because I think I'm going to end the day at the elevated stand out there. But got about 99% of the the brush hogging done down in that area. My next couple times coming out, I'm going to clean up the vines and the trees and try to start getting that completely knocked out. Then we're going to start aiming at a few more fun, entertaining videos as far as camping and cooking and stuff like that. I've been really wanting to get my tent out and get it put up just so I can see how it works and make sure I can get it set up nice and easily. It's been a long time since I set up a tent, I won't lie. But anyway, hopefully we had some more activity out here. We definitely had some activity in this little area here. Now that that's all opened up, you can see a little bit better. We got a bunch of tree branches falling. Must have been pretty windy. That tells me I'm probably going to have a whole bunch of captures of wind. There's another one. It's about that time of year now. We're down south. Our winter's just really getting ready to start, even though we've already had a bunch of cold weather. It normally doesn't get too bad until late December and early January. Then it's pretty much cleared out by March or April. But all right, I'm gonna take a second here. I'm gonna see if I can get this camera set up for video, but in the meantime, let's see what we got. Just one lonely doe this time. All right, I think that one's set up now for video. That's kind of what I was talking about, some of these older cameras that, like that one literally has 3 buttons on it, and you've got to really pay attention to what button you're pushing or it'll switch the settings. I think that must be what happened when I brought it out. But anyway, I'm excited to get back here to this one. I'm really hoping that since that buck came in and figured out that he could get some free corn, that maybe he's come back. And if you remember, folks, I put a bunch of corn on the ground last time we were out here. It is all gone. Not so sure that's not some footprints right there. I think our buddy came back because all this stuff is gone. That's awesome. That is awesome. Getting a little bit lighter here too. All right, let's see what this picked up. I got a feeling it picked up something other than maybe a bunch of crows. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I could be wrong, but this path looks a little more beat down than it did the last time I was out here. Anyway, let's see what this one got here. All right, well, did I get excited about nothing? I'm feeling like there had to have been something that came in there and got that corn that was laying there, because we had 3 piles about like that and it was all gone. So this camera that we're getting ready to go to now, I'm pretty sure that buck that showed up, I'm pretty sure he was an 8-pointer. He looked a little bit older, a little bit bigger than the ones I'd been seeing out here. So hopefully he showed back up. I'm not 100% sure that he wasn't the one that was eating out of this deer feeder the last time. We saw some tracks the last time I was coming out here. I don't see any now, but I've got a feeling they're moving around back here. So hopefully, like again, I'm not positive. That looks like a deep deer track, like maybe it stepped and fell down. hopefully I got that. I have a bad habit of not getting it on the camera when I do that. I see it, but the camera's not lined up. Anyways, we'll check this one back here, because again, I think this will be the area I put that deer feeder in. I'll get a little bit more of this opened up, but if you remember, I think that I walked up, yeah, almost the same thing. There's kind of a track right there. Not sure, but all right, let's check this one, see what we got. So I had these two deer come through. Other than that, I had about 15 videos of wind. All right, let's see if the big boy came back. I'll walk back here for a second. I haven't been back here in a minute. This was a really promising trail until I kind of ran into some trouble back here. I feel like I want to get back here at some point in time and keep cleaning it up a little bit. See if we can make it a little bit farther. That's where I hit that wall of that thick brush. Wow, this pretty sure that snapped off the top of there. That definitely wasn't out here the last time I was out here. We've had a couple really windy, we actually had a storm. I mean, it wasn't anything too exciting, but we had a little bit of a storm a couple days back, a little bit of thunder action. So I'm wondering if maybe it was a little bit worse down here. It definitely seems like there is a bunch of branches laying on the ground. But that right there, that's a pretty heavy deer trail right there, or game trail, whatever you want to call it. We didn't make it too far back there. Ran into a dead end. Well, not really a dead end, just a whole lot of work to get her cleaned up. But anyway, I've been babbling on enough, so I'm probably gonna fast forward it till we get to the next camera here. All right, well, let's see what this one captured, because I feel like we pretty much always catch something on here. So maybe then bobcats came back, maybe Bigfoot showed up. Be all right with me. All right, well, not quite Bigfoot, not quite bobcats, but we did catch a couple here on this camera that never seems to let us down. I feel like these two are always running around together. All right. Well, I was talking last week about, you know, kind of replying to a comment here, and I'll put his name up there, my geocaching friend. But he said he's up in Canada. He said that he was in his tent one time and he was pretty sure there was a bear outside of it. So he didn't want to go outside the tent, but eventually I think he said he looked out and it was a moose. I feel like maybe moose are more dangerous than some bears, but y'all got a lot to worry about up there in Canada. Not only is it cold, like all the time, you got some serious critters up there that can do some serious damage. And I don't think I blame you. I just don't know if I'd want to be stuck in my tent. I feel like I might have a better chance outside the tent, but that's just me thinking I can take off and run and outrun a bear or a moose. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Also last week, I started telling you about a trail, cutting a trail maybe up to this little area from that side. I never did come down here, but I wanted to kind of walk back here. I haven't been back here in a minute, but I'm thinking about setting up a game trail in here. I don't know, maybe on this tree or something, just to see if anything's back here hanging out. It's kind of a little bit of a spooky little place back here, so might have some critters running around back here. But anyway, I think if I go that way just a little ways, I can meet up with that other trail and just kind of have another kind of looping trail back in here. Again, at some point I want to utilize some of these trails to set up some live camera feeds when I camp out here, and I'm getting more and more excited about that. I was kind of telling you about the tent. I'm really ready to get it set up and just see how easy I can set it up and take it down and move it when I'm ready to move it. But anyway, let's check out and see what we caught here. Well, pretty much got skunked on all the cameras. Got a couple captures, but not much at all. All right. Well, hopefully we caught some stuff on the trail cams this time. If not, I might end up waiting like 2 weeks. Let them set out here for about 2 weeks at a time. I think here before long I'm going to end up putting together a little video of all the trail cam footage that I've caught, you know, maybe not since I've been out here, but within the last couple of months. And then we're getting ready to get into the new year, folks, so we'll start fresh, see what happens here in January. Holy cow, this thing just scared the crap out of me. It's not moving now, but this thing just came like rolling right up the hill here. I don't know where that came from. It may have just fallen out of a tree, but it was like literally rolling like that. Anyway, it's not going to do it for me now, but I just barely caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh shit, something's coming after me. Anyway, I'm going to catch up with you here in a minute. I'm going to go sit in the elevated stand for a little bit. I'm going to enjoy this quiet moment, even though now my phone's ringing. Here we go. Well, folks, day 56 is just about a wrap. I did some ranting, I did some rambling, got a little bit of work done, but 'tis the season, right? It's about the end of the year. Seems like everything goes a little crazy towards the end of the year. But I've been sitting out here just kind of relaxing for about 20 minutes, and it's been nice and quiet. And it reminds me why it is that I'm out here. Get away from all the madness and craziness of the world. Get a little bit of nature time in. But as you can see, I may have to zoom in. I feel like I didn't last time, but you can see a little bit more of the camp now from all those other trees that we cleared out. With the weather changing, you can kind of see a little bit farther into the woods than we've been able to in the past. And eventually, folks, most all of this little area right in here is going to be cleared out. We're going to set up a tent, do a little camping, do a little cooking. See if we can get some live videos going on and catch some live action sometime in the middle of the night. That'd be kind of fun. But I hope everybody's having a great weekend. If I don't see you before, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. There's a really good chance I'll be back out here next weekend. And if not, I'll probably put a video up just wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. You guys be safe. I appreciate all the likes and follows and comments. You guys have a great rest of the weekend. We'll catch you next time.